What does serve with excellence mean for you guys? What does that look like practically, tangibly?
Lee says these 3 words in every meeting, every Monday, and multiple times a day. Our mission is an excellent customer experience for everybody who walks through our doors. That's the reason that the technician has to be prompt on the tickets that are put out for malfunctions. That's the reason that we make sure the HVAC system is clean and maintained. Mm-hmm. Everything that we do is to create an excellent customer experience for what we call Angela, our primary customer. Yep. She's a single mother with multiple.
We're staring children. At her. We have a cutout of her, and she's right over here.
We do, but we base all of our decisions from where are we going to put the parking spaces to everything to make it as convenient as possible for her to come in, get her laundry done, get on the Wi-Fi, watch AtmosphereTV. There you go, Mike Kelly. That's your plug. And
link down in the description. Go get it.
But yeah, that everything that we do, you wouldn't think about it. That's why the attendant has to be there to help people. It's to create one goal: excellent customer experience. It's why the bathroom toilet has to be fixed. It's why it has to be unlocked, even though people come in and use it every now and then. It's just part of it. Excellent customer experience. If you're locking your bathrooms, that is not an excellent customer experience.
Or if you're not allowing people to come in and, let's say, just dry only, why would you not do that? Why would you not let someone who wants to spend money in your facility come in and do that? They provide you with income because you have some net there, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
You're providing them with dry clothes, which is what they're looking for.
Yeah, the reason we started and our default was 24/7, but we've really extended our hours is because, think about it, as a customer, if you're closing at 8 p.m., you're creating an argument between your staff, a conflict of interest between your staff and your customer. It is happening. I promise. If you're closing early, even if you're hiring it done, I promise your staff member hates it. Everyone that we take over and extend the hours, the staff's like, oh, this is so great. The best is when they do free dry with coins, and on Sunday he's having to pull the coin boxes and start the dryer. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, we're gonna charge for dry now. And the staff member's like, oh, that's so great. Now I don't have to run myself ragged. Mm-hmm. So not only put yourself in the customer's shoes, but put yourself in the staff member's shoes. Work a day in the life of your staff. Work a week in the life of your staff if you can't do it. And
take your laundry to the laundromat.
And be a customer. Be a customer. Go in as a customer. We use our stores frequently because we have comforters and big stuff. And heck, it gets backed up with 3 children each now. And just to go try it out to see. One thing I remember going and I took the clothes out of the dryer and we didn't have a folding table for it felt like a mile away. I'm like, and we were running low on cars. And when you do that, you're like, oh, so then everything we do is to create that excellent customer experience.
Yes. And we define excellence. So excellence is kind of like style. Everybody has it. Some people just might have it better than others by choice or just by default.
I feel like that was a direct dig towards me. So.
No, yeah. Looking good. So we all have a definition of excellence, and it is typically based on how we want to be treated. And so if you go to Burger King, you're going to have an experience. It is going to be a lot different experience than if you go to Chick-fil-A. Because there is a mindset of how do we treat this person at a level that we have learned is the level that people need to be treated with service, with a level of service that people not just expect, but how do we exceed that? So if expectations are here and we're here, this gap is going beyond expectation. And that's where you build a lot of value. And so we have learned that in our industry, the expectations are typically a little bit lower. So if we are able to exceed those, we create a lot of value for our customers who then become very brand loyal because we try to dominate our markets. and for ourselves, and for our team members, the way that we've been able to create just this wonderful family of team members, of loyal customers, of ourselves and our families. And the whole thing just works really well because one of our values is excellence. And we want to make sure excellent customer experience, everyone, every day.
And it boils down to leadership. Chick-fil-A made decisions. They made trade-offs at the top to make sure they're creating that for their customer.
Yep.
And that's what we strive to do.
So as the operator, you are responsible for it. It's like, style, you're going to get dressed and you're going to wear what you want because you think that is the style that you like. In your laundromats, with your customers, with your team members, you set the standard for excellence. Mm-hmm. And so your stores represent you in that way. And so I think sometimes we don't come at it that way. And when we do, and we say, oh, wow, the state of my store actually reflects who I am, the values that I hold, the level of excellence I've committed to. And when you do that, things change.
And the state of your staff represents you. The most common thing I get is that you blame your staff. Well, I don't have good staff. Well, you don't have good staff because you're not a good leader. I'm sorry. Look yourself in the mirror. Fire that person yesterday who's not doing what they're supposed to. That's one of the things that I do. Lee does. If we see something, we cut it out. It's got to go. We give warnings and all that. Once we know they're gone, and what that does, that shows the other staff members that we're not playing and we don't have any tolerance. And oftentimes they appreciate that because we don't want anybody bringing down our brand. Because when we put our brand on it and we put our T-shirt on you in that store, you're our ambassador. They don't know that Lee and Luke own the laundromats, and we don't care that they do. They're going to see you as the person who takes care of them when they come to the store. So we've got an episode on, how to find good staff, and the answer is to be a good leader. And we've got an episode on our podcast with that. I remember one of the questions, because I know that's a huge challenge for people to deliver that excellent customer experience. Those watching are going, well, how do I do that? Well, you've got to get in the store. You've got to train these staff members. Initially, Lee and I painted at night. We've done it all. We hired every staff member. We trained every staff member. We sweep the floors. We've done every aspect of the business. And there's certain things like culture you can't hire done in this business. And you've got to get to a certain scale, like we talked about earlier, before you can, hire a manager. But when you hire that manager, you've also got to oversee him and pour into him or her. We've got to look ourselves in the mirror and say, who are we trying to serve and how we can do that, and make our decisions based on that. Our reinvestment decisions, our painting decisions, our branding decisions.